Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. It is 2018, January 2nd, 2018. Welcome to the show, our first show of the season, New Year season. Cold. Yes, that is number 7, Lorenzo Carter last night. That is the hand that touched that field goal attempt by Oklahoma in the second overtime, deflected it. I think it's the third blocked kick of the year for the Georgia Bulldogs, and that kick, that blocked kick, that's not exactly what sent them or is sending them to the national championship game this coming Monday night in Atlanta, but that was a play. I tell you what, we're going to talk about that. Just a minute. Lonnie is here today. I want to welcome Lonnie. Lonnie will be running the Starship Enterprise here all week, these 4 days. Sam is, where is Sam? Do we have that graphic? Do we have a graphic? Don't we have opportunity to take a, well, let me see this. You guys, they do things and they don't tell me what they're doing. Where the heck is Sam today? Sam's road trip, that is the tour bus, okay? And that's our producer, Sam. Okay, we got the peace sign. Don't know who made this graphic, but Sam had an opportunity to fly out to Seattle and cross the country in a tour bus and send us pictures. Last night at obviously, at close to 9 o'clock, I got a text message and was talking to her. She was in Nebraska. You got some pictures of Sam's trip. We got some pictures that we could show in a minute. Let's hold on to that for just a minute. But Sam, Lonnie is with us today. Glad to have Lonnie this week running things just nicely, Lonnie. This is my nice voice. Pay attention, okay? Try to keep up. I name the pictures. There are standards here, Lonnie. There are standards, okay? So, anyhow, Rose is here, 2018. If you would like to get in touch with the show at any time, 706-889-9700. That is our hotline there. That's the hotline to get in touch with us here. And 706-889-9700. You can email the show at any time. And that phone number is a 24/7 number that we take news tips on if something's going on in your area. And then you can also get in touch with us at chief@fetchyournews.com. That's chief@fetchyournews.com. You can get in touch with us there. Also, follow us on Twitter at FetchYourNews. At Fetch Your News, and also at FYNTV. Join our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, FYNTV Fetch Your News. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and anytime we're live, you can, you will get a notification. All right, so yes, we know it's 2018. Got a lot of big things going here at FetchYourNews.com, FYNTV. Yes, we know that the Rocket Man, we know Rocket Man. Now, we're not glossing over, but we are in Georgia this morning. So we're not glossing over that Rocket Man says he has a button on the desk. We're not glossing over that, okay? We're not glossing over that you know, there's an uprising in Iran, and thank God Barack Obama's not president, or you know, we'd see a whole different turn on this. We're not glossing over that, I promise. All right. Did I send you the score, a picture of the score, Lonnie? Do you have a picture that has the actual score? You don't? Okay. What was it, 54-48? Pull that up for me. I don't remember the score. 54-48. I think so. Let me know if you got that. 54-48. Okay, first time in Rose Bowl history First time in Rose Bowl history, there was an overtime, double overtime, Rose Bowl history, first time. I have a theory on the game. First of all, I'll put up my picture of Jake Fromm and Baker Mayfield. Baker will no longer be wearing an Oklahoma Sooners jersey. He's destined for the NFL. We hope Baker Mayfield does not kneel when he gets to the NFL. So you have Jake Fromm and Baker Mayfield there. Now, Georgia comes back from a 17-point deficit. Yes.
Largest comeback in Rose Bowl history, 17 points.
Largest comeback in Rose Bowl history. All right. We thought about getting Jason Banks on the line to talk about it, but we're going to take it easy. He is from Oklahoma. He was proudly wearing his Oklahoma Sooner hat last week on the show, so we thought we would back off just a little bit. Baker Mayfield, very good season, very good game, comes up short. Oklahoma Sooners, this is one of those games for me. I don't know how you feel. I'd like to know. Tell me, 706-889-9700. I'd like to know how you feel this morning. This is one of those games where, yes, Georgia's in the national championship, but the Oklahoma Sooner team last night, they may have looked a little cocky, and you were putting on social media, maybe now that grin that's on Baker Mayfield's face will come off. But to say all that, you had to leave last night saying the Oklahoma Sooners, there's a lot of respect for this team on the field. 2018 New Year's Day that played the Georgia Bulldogs in the Rose Bowl. A lot of respect for these guys. Jake Fromm on the right, Georgia true freshman. This guy's a true freshman. Baker Mayfield will be leaving the Oklahoma Sooners. There's a lot going on this week. Put up the picture of Fromm. I've just got the one by himself there, Jake Fromm. Leads, comes back 17 points. Now, I want to give you a couple of my theories on this because there's a couple things. Number one, the ratings. All right. So last night, yes, there was a second game, Alabama-Clemson. How many of you watched the Alabama-Clemson game, right? And how many of you know Alabama won 24-6? How many of you at halftime, you just had the feeling that Clemson could not play with Alabama, that Nick Saban, like him or not, had his team ready to play in the Sugar Bowl? And so, yes, Alabama, and that's not what we're going to focus on this morning, won 24-6. Here's the thing on the ratings, all right? Now, you'll not be able to put all these factors in place, but here is my predictions if you could put the factors. Number one, the Super Bowl in the NFL, all right? The Super Bowl in the NFL, it has become a party, okay? Millions and millions of people that are not sports fans. Millions of people that find the Super Bowl a good reason to go to the local bar that has the deal on all-you-can-eat wings Super Bowl party. The Super Bowl has millions of people that are not sports fans that do not watch one snap of football all year or not much of any, that find good reason to fix their favorite cheese dip or feel-good food, okay, comfort food, chili or whatever, and get together with friends. It takes place on a Sunday. It kicks off at a time where you could be done, trophy over with by midnight, and you're home. It's not a work day. You can party all day. You can get together. You can drive to the friends. So if you take all the factors that the national championship will be played on a Monday night, okay, you're just getting home from work. The New Year's is over. You're just getting home from work. The odds are a lot of national championship games are watched in the living room, not with major parties, because a lot of people have to get up and go to work the next day. The fanfare behind it is not there with the parties. If you put all the factors, if the national championship could be played on a Sunday, if it was this coming Sunday, Georgia's playing Alabama, and it kicked off about 6:15, all right, 6:15 or even 7:15, all right. I think there's a possibility that this national championship game, the ratings will be higher than the Super Bowl. There's still a possibility that the ratings will be higher than the Super Bowl. Now, I said a couple weeks ago, as we were talking about this, an SEC, okay, an SEC national championship, which there's a lot of people coming out and there's a lot of talk already, and people backbiting over this being an SEC national championship. But I said weeks ago that an Alabama-Georgia national championship could be the highest rated, all right, of any of the scenarios. Oklahoma, great game. Oklahoma plays Clemson, good viewership, not as strong nationally, okay? Alabama plays Oklahoma. Oklahoma plays Alabama, whatever. Georgia plays Clemson. This is set up. This will have viewership coast to coast, Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. Now, I wanted a couple things. I played that video. Lonnie, let's get the video for, it's going to be, there's two, and it's the same video. Let's get the one that says Nick Chubb 50-yard Rose Bowl touchdown with all the little flames behind it. You follow me? And tell me when you have that ready. Nick Chubb 50-yard Rose Bowl touchdown, and let me know when that's ready. We're going to run that. Okay? So, all right, here is Nick Chubb 50-yard, and I want you to listen to the announcer, okay? Because this is we're having a lot of fun this morning. Yes, we know that Trump is not going to send money to, I wonder if he'll say Pakistan, like Obama said, Pakistan. Pakistan, he's not going to send the money there. Yes, we know there's an uprising in Iran. We know that. Yes, we know Dhaka is on the list. We know that. Yes, we know California is a sanctuary city. We know a state. We know all that. We're going to get to that in a minute. So let's play Nick Chubb 50-yard Rose Bowl touchdown right now. Play that.
Offense, it prides itself on running the football and wearing teams down up front in the second half.
This is the 12th running play of this game for the Dogs, but they've had great success. Chubb not down yet. Churning and chugging to the end zone.
Okay, that was great. That was great, okay? That was great. Now, I want you to watch the same play. Nick Chubb, give me Nick Chubb breaks tackle for a long TD run, Rose Bowl 2018. And tell me when that's ready. Okay, now, that's the announcer. Okay, that was great. Nick Chubb, 50 yards over at Cedartown. And let's go with the, now this one here, okay, I want you to listen to, because this is a guy that's in the living room. You can hear the daughter in the background. It sounds like the daughter. Okay, you hear the daughter in the background. And this guy's announcing this run. Play this one, Lonnie.
This is what you call a run. Look at Nick Chubb. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Touchdown, Rose Bowl. Look at Nick. I see you, Nick. I see you, Nick. Okay. Savage mode. Beast mode. Who? Chubb. Let's go. Look at the run, baby. Look at the run. Get off me. Look at the run. Oh, my God. Look at the run.
Okay, now that's the same run. Look at the run. Look at the run. I want to make a quick comment on Nick Chubb. Can't wait to watch him Monday night in the national championship game. I just get chills when I watch this guy run. I had an opportunity to see him play in Cedartown several times when he was over in Cedartown, Georgia, when he was in high school. I have video of Nick Chubb's 100th career high school touchdown run. I have that video. Said hello to the young man on the sideline for the Cedartown Bulldogs. Interesting, they are the Bulldogs over there. And a little side note, anybody that played on the team, okay, and I forget the year, I'll have to come back. It's played on the team for the Gilmer Bobcats, all right? Gilmer Bobcats defense that played Cedartown. First of all, the Gilmer Bobcats beat Cedartown twice with Nick Chubb on the team, okay? And the Gilmer Bobcats defense is the only defense in Nick Chubb's high school career, okay, that held him to under 100 yards. Under 100 yards. Only defense in his high school career. But I love watching that kid play. I know we all like to watch him play. Now, we're in 2 overtimes, okay? And we forget that early on in the game, we have the kicker, and I forget his name, for Georgia, that missed the field goal. Okay, he missed the field goal. So this game, the refs did not take it out of the hands of the players. I thought it was well officiated. What do you think? I think the pass interference down there in the end zone was accurate. I mean, a guy went up, he had his jersey. That's the only one that I really noticed made a little change in the game, but hey, that's the rules. I thought they let the guys play. There wasn't a yellow flag in the air every 5 seconds. If they could take this officiating crew to the national championship game, they didn't have offsides every other play. It was well called. It was a well-called game. And these guys, remember, there's only 2 turnovers in this game, okay? Only 2 turnovers. There's an interception, all right? From Baker Mayfield's pass, there's an interception. And then there's Michelle, right? That's that's his last name, Michelle. What's his first name, Lonnie? Do you know his first name? He fumbles where the Oklahoma Sooners, okay, pick it up and return it for a touchdown. So let's get the Michelle, huh? Tony Michelle. Let's get. Oh, Sony, yeah, Sony Michelle, right, okay, Sony Michelle. Let's get that last video where you know which one I'm talking about. Tell me, we got 48-48. We're in the second overtime. Let's run that one.
Chubb scored a touchdown earlier on a direct snap. Now it's Michelle's turn, running all the way. Gets to the edge. Sony Michelle will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
Sony Michelle, a direct snap. Earlier that night, there was a direct snap to Chubb. This guy, second overtime, okay, second overtime, direct snap, goes in, all right. Now, this is directly after the Oklahoma Sooners, the block kick, Lorenzo Carter's block kick, no points on the board. Georgia comes back, direct snap to Sony Michelle for the touchdown. I want to talk more about this game. We're in Georgia, okay? I understand. Somebody asked me yesterday, where are you going this morning on this show? And if you don't want to talk college football and you don't want to talk that Georgia, you don't want to talk about Georgia's going to the national championship game in Atlanta, and you don't want to talk about Nick Saban and Kirby Smart and these two teams matching up. If you don't want to, I don't know what to do. I understand. We will talk later about. Let me tell you something. California being a sanctuary state, California selling pot this morning. Can I get a bagel with a smear? Can you smear me a bagel? I want a coffee, 2 sugars, and a cream. Give me a little of that Hawaiian red-laced hair over there. Give me about an ounce of that. Yes, we do know CNN is stoned in 2018. We do know. We all have seen the pictures of the correspondent or whatever they are, the reporter that's out there lighting the bong, okay, on 2018, and probably went to commercial, and the reporter allegedly said, hey, let me hit that real quick before we come back from break. We know that. It's the same CNN. What else do we know? We know Uma Abedin transferred or forwarded emails. We know all that. We know there should be enough information or enough right now to hold. If you and I just did anything remotely like Hillary Clinton and Uma Abedin and the entire list, they would be enough to hold you, right? The police could hold you for further questioning. But, so we know all that. But Georgia going to the national championship has not been there since has not won the national championship since 1980, and it's going to be in Atlanta. That, to me, I'm enjoying this more. How did you enjoy the game last night? Did you see all the social media? I mean, I think the hospitals were full last night, Lonnie. And I'll tell you why I think the hospitals were full. Because social media was lit up with everybody's heart stopped. Okay? I mean, everybody had a heart attack, their heart stopped, their nerves. I mean, they had to be like their nerves, heart, everything. What a game.
Oh, it was more than just that. You had everything going for you last night. A historical Rose Bowl, the highest deficit ever to return for 17 points. Georgia kicked the longest field goal in the Rose Bowl history with 55 yards.
Right.
First time in how long that Georgia's been to the national championship, and you're going against an SEC team. So all sorts of firsts, all sorts of amazing highlights and stats from the games.
Lonnie, I have a theory on why Georgia was down 17. I have a theory on that. All right, and I know.
Is there a second half team?
They're a second half team, but I have a theory on that. I want to go with that. Where is Sam? All right, Sam's not here. We got any pictures? Sam went on a road trip. Let's show one or two of the pictures of where Sam's at this morning, or has been on where she is traveling from. Whoa! Do we know where that's at? That's in Nebraska? Wow. She sent me a message last night, said it was 0. You get anything else? Nebraska again? What's that sign say? I can't. Sam is our producer. Sam has got an opportunity to go to Seattle and travel back across the country on a tour bus. And I still can't see what the. That's Colorado. Oh, that's Colorado? She went through Colorado. All right. I told her when she left she was going to experience real cold. How cold was it at your house this morning, Rose? Or did Rose freeze to death over there? 8. What about you, Lonnie? I saw 11? Where do you live? South Georgia? I mean, I had 6. 6 degrees. How cold is it at your house? I'm seeing 0 on some people. Lonnie, take us to break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more Georgia football, but we are going to get into the bigger things. Sanctuary state. Really? Or could you like my bong, CNN? Boy, they've really elevated their game over there. Lonnie, take us to break.
I've had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love, because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Welcome to January 2nd, 2018. Now, I get asked all the time from different people, what direction are you going what direction are you going in today? Or, what are you going to talk about on the show? And really, I have some things set up throughout the day, and I do follow several stories. and I read several articles. And, some people out there do not, they do not believe that, we put too much emphasis on sports. And there's a side of me that agrees with that, if we paid as much attention to what's going on in our local counties, city, state, national, as we did, who scored the winning touchdown, there's some things we should pay attention to. But today, I'm sorry, folks, it is, we're in Georgia. It's cold. It's 6 degrees in North Georgia, okay? We have a Georgia Bulldog team that never quit this year. We have a second-year head coach, Kirby Smart, okay, that has he's the captain, the guide, the head coach of this team. He gets past the youngest coach. What is his name again? The guy. Put his picture up there. You got a picture of Kirby Smart and Lincoln Riley, okay? So Kirby Smart, the head coach of the Bulldogs, and Lincoln Riley, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, all right, are at the Rose Bowl, and they take the picture of the Rose Bowl trophy, okay? You got that picture, Lonnie? All right. They take the picture of the Rose Bowl trophy before the game. And Lincoln Riley, I want to give him credit. Youngest, my understanding last night watching the game, youngest head coach in college today, this guy is. The picture? Well, is that going to be all pictures or just... Oh, okay. Well, do me a favor. Just find one of them in a little bit, okay? And let me know when you got one. All right. So anyhow, Kirby Smart leads this team, and we know there's a lot more going on. But CNN, Lottie, give me the picture of. I think I called it "Light My Bowl" or "Light My Bong." You have that there. And folks, although California pot is legal in several states now, just something about the reporter, and CNN is doing anything. I mean, CNN is doing anything to try to get you to pay attention to their network. And this CNN reporter, Randy Kay, was sporting large marijuana leaf. She's in Denver. It's New Year's Eve. Marijuana leaf styled earrings. She lit a bong. Okay, she lit a bong. And for those of you that don't know what that is, a bong is you pack a bong. You load it or pack it. I don't know how it works. Okay, and this viewer is there. And in the audience, and she lights a bong for a pot smoker during a live report from Denver broadcast on CNN's New Year's Eve Sunday night that was hosted from Times Square by Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. Kay is also seen several times holding a joint. So this is a picture of her, CNN, lighting a bong. For it's legal, and that's the way they're partying and bringing in the New Year's in Denver. How low can CNN go? Just how low can reporting go that this reporter has to light a bong? I mean, you couldn't say to somebody else, hey, I don't know if it will look good if I light a bong. So we know that, all right? We're going to talk a little more about that in a minute. Now, Kirby Smart, you got the picture of him when he's playing for Georgia. Okay, so here's a guy, all right, head coach of Georgia, and this is what is going to be great about this national championship. All right, this guy, there he is, number 16. Kirby Smart, the head coach, a little information, all right? He's actually born in Montgomery, Alabama. So this is interesting. This kid is born in Montgomery, Alabama, all right? He plays at the University of Georgia, all right? He was a defensive back from 1995 to 1998, and this is Kirby Smart. I mean, this is a real storyline for the national championship. Real storyline. So this guy plays for Georgia, born in Alabama, playing Alabama, plays for Georgia, 95-98, a defensive back, all right? Now, there's a list of his coaching career, but from 2008 to 2015, all right, he's the defensive coordinator for Alabama, all right? So he's the defensive coordinator for Alabama, all right? This guy here. Do you have any other pictures of Kirby that I sent over? If there's any other, put them up. So Monday night, Kirby Smart, defensive coordinator of Alabama, former defensive coordinator of Alabama, will take on Nick Saban. All right? So I understand Clemson and Alabama, there was a game last night. How many of you knew at halftime, okay, that this was not going to really be a game? A lot of discussion this morning. How did Clemson really rank number one? So on and so forth. So he's going to be taking on Nick Saban in the Alabama Crimson Tide Monday night in the national championship in Atlanta. What a storyline. Born in Alabama, played for Georgia right there, okay? You got Nick Saban. Oh, you go with the Rose Bowl trophy. So this guy, Kirby Smart, he's got, and he's there with the Rose Bowl trophy, all right, right there with Lincoln. What is that coach's name? Lincoln Riley, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. So, all right, Kirby Smart, born in Alabama, played with Georgia, defensive coordinator for Alabama, put up Nick Saban, now he wins the Rose Bowl. He wins second year. His team wins, okay, the SEC championship, okay? His team goes out to California, plays the Oklahoma Sooners, which I'm telling you, Oklahoma Sooners a better team. They were number 2, okay? They're number 2, but they actually should have went into last night as number 1, which meant they would have played Alabama. But this was a true number 2, 3 spot. Maybe Oklahoma was number 1 and Georgia was number 2. Maybe going into last night's game. But now this guy goes into the Rose Bowl, wins first Rose Bowl overtime, 54-48, 17-point deficit. All right, 17-point deficit, and comes away going to the national championship playing against who? Nick Saban. Now, I don't care, football fans out there, when you have Nick Saban looking across at the student, okay? What do you think? What do you think? What's like, Lonnie? What do you think? Like, I mean, can the drama, can the storyline get any better? I mean, realistically, for a national championship game.
Not to feed your ego or anything, but I think you're right. I think the idea of SEC in the championships, I think a lot of Auburn fans are really, really, really upset right now. Auburn beat both of these teams, and they are both in the national championship game. But other than that, yeah, I think your storyline that you look at, I'm a Georgia Tech fan. I'm a Yellow Jacket, but I will be rooting for Georgia this year in the championship game. I think Bama has a nice dynasty, but I think it's time to move on. Saban won't be there much longer, so I'm ready to see somebody else on top of the heap.
So you think the storyline itself, but what about Kirby looking across at Nick Saban?
I think he's got something to prove. I think if you're Kirby Smart, you go into this I don't think you might be nervous. I don't think he's scared. I think he's got the motivation to say that he's got something to prove. It's time to show that the next level the next coach that could be the next Saban, the next dynasty. I think you play your cards right if you're Kirby Smart. You've already got the recruitment down. I think Smart has shown me this year that he needs to work on some of the clutch games. Losing to Auburn like that, I think Georgia just got cocky. So I think this is the time where you settle down, you tell your boys, you prove that you're the coach that deserves to topple Nick Saban. It's a good battle. I wanted to say maybe a David and Goliath, but I don't even think it's that bad. I think it's equal footing. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be well worth the watch. I have to tell you, Larry sent me a message, said Rose Bowl should have been the national championship game last night. That was Larry says the last night was the national championship. I hate it, but I think if you watch last night's game and you miss next week's game, I think you're all right.
You're all right?
I think last night was the big one that everybody's going to be talking about, no matter who wins.
I know I've watched a lot of World Series, a lot of college football, a lot of Super Bowls, and you start getting the social media going crazy with best game ever, okay? I'm watching one right after another, Lonnie. Best game ever. Never seen a game like this. And I must agree. I mean, Lisa looked at me last night. She said, I think this is the best football game I've ever watched. I mean, the excitement, nonstop. Now, I have one more, and we're gonna stop talking football, but I just wanted to put it together. Kirby Smart, kid born in Alabama, played for Georgia. This is an awesome story. Played for Georgia. Defensive coordinator from 08 to 15 for this guy right here, Nick Saban. Now Alabama, an SEC championship game. Now Alabama's going to travel over to Atlanta. Georgia basically has a home game, right, Lonnie? I mean, they basically have a home game. They've already played at the Mercedes Dome, right?
I think you have the home field. I don't think you have a home game because, well, I could be wrong. I think you're going to have just as many people from Alabama. You're so close.
Oh, yeah. I don't disagree. But, Georgia has won a championship on this field already this year. Right? There you go. Preach. Yeah. Right? I mean, they won the SEC championship on this field already. So when they walk out on this field, they already know what it's like to win a championship on this field. I mean, but that leads me, and I don't think their confidence will be too high, but that leads me to, I know what you're going to say, that there's never been a coach that wanted to be down 17. I understand that. I don't think you would ever. Now, listen to my crazy theory, Lonnie, okay? This is absolutely crazy, but I want to know what you think. There's no coach that wants to be down 17. You want to open up you want to strike first, open up, get the touchdown, 2 plays in the game, set the momentum, and never lose it. But these are kids. These are kids, and emotions run high. This is not the NFL. Okay, this is kids' emotions run high. Kirby Smart, if you watch the games, all right, last night they said Georgia has dominated third quarters, okay? They have actually dominated third quarters. They have become known to be a third quarter team. You with me, Lonnie? So you got Baker Mayfield in number 24. You've got several people on the Oklahoma sideline that are feeling a little too good about themselves going into halftime. A little too good. And these are kids. And they come out second half with maybe that attitude, we can't be beat. We're at a point we can't be beat now, and it's an attitude, okay? Rumor is, I don't know, one of the stories I looked at, maybe Baker Mayfield made a comment in the first quarter that this is over, right? And did you hear the same thing?
I read a story that somebody thought he was doing a throat slash at the sidelines.
Right, exactly, right. So there was, he did that, right, exactly. So,
honestly, I think you're looking at it the wrong way.
Tell me.
I think the game, you sit here and I'll make 2 points of this because when I played football, I was always a defensive tackle, so I like the defensive games. But I think you're focusing too much on Oklahoma. Yeah, sure, maybe they got cocky and they thought they had it in the bag, but from the standpoint of next week's game, let's look at the team who won 26 or 23 or 20 some odd to 6, who's cocky, who always wins championships, thinks, okay, no big deal. And let's look at the team who came out in their Rose Bowl, got smacked in the mouth, came back from 17 points, realized that this ain't easy. You got to fight for every inch. And they're going to come in the next week. They're going to be hungry. They're going to realize how much they have to work for it. They're going to realize how much they had to work for it for Oklahoma. And I think they're going to realize this guy and how much of an impact Lorenzo made. And I think you're going to take that in the next week. You're going to play. You're going to be the Bulldogs. You're going to come out the tunnel and you're going to say, look, we tried to just be cocky and play it safe in Oklahoma, and we realized our mistake. We had some good stuff. You had the longest Rose Bowl field goal. You had the longest or largest deficit comeback. You had a Georgia record set for running yards by both Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. I think you've got a lot of laurels to stand on. I think you've got I think Georgia realizes that the only way you make a 17-point comeback is everybody's talking about Nick Chubb and Sony Michel and Jake Fromm, and kudos to those guys. You put points on the board, that's how you win a game, but you also win a game by having a defense who adjusted at halftime, realized that they had a chance, but the only way Jake Fromm and Chubb and Michel, the only way they have a chance to make up those 17 points is by making an opportunity for Georgia to go 21 unanswered points.
Yeah, well, I think you're right, but and I know I'm wrong when I say it. There's no team or coach that I can think of that wants to be down, but there is a lull you into a sense of security.
Yeah,
I mean, these are 19 and 20 and 21-year-old kids, okay? Yeah. There is a lull you into a sense of security because I've watched Georgia do this already this year, okay? Mm-hmm. From the kickoff at Auburn, the SEC championship, there was already people on social media saying, oh, no, not again.
Right.
Not again, from the kickoff. So, do the Georgia players settle in, or do they? Because if you watch yesterday, they came out in that third quarter, and they came out and said, meet the Georgia defense that you did not think existed in the first half. I mean, you come out in the second half, Lonnie, it's like, okay, who are these guys?
But you can't do that against Bama.
Well, we're going to end with that because we can discuss it all day. We're going to get Jason in Friday. Lonnie's going to get in Friday. Rick's going to get in Friday. We are going to really go over this Friday on the show. We have Rick will stay in. I know he will. If you want to come over Friday and talk national championship football, if you're an Alabama fan, okay, if you're an Alabama fan, come on over. If you're a Georgia fan, come on over. Send me a message, chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com. Text us, 706-889-9700. You want to come over Friday for our show Friday. Jason Banks will be there. We just wanted to give Jason a little break. He deserved it. I mean, he's got his Oklahoma. I hope he's wearing his Oklahoma Sooner hat today. Maybe not out in town or anything like that. He is big enough to defend himself, right, Lonnie? But still, yeah, I get the guy a box of Kleenexes. Let him have his day, right, Lonnie? I hope he's watching and listening. But if you want to come over Friday, let us know. You want to talk about the national championship game. What do you think about the storyline? What do you think about Clemson going in as number one? Was that were they a true number one going into that game? Alabama backing in. What about all the bowl games you watched this weekend that you said, I think the top four, there should have been an adjustment. I think out of the four, though, the only adjustment the only two teams you cannot argue, no way, shape, or form, Lonnie, is Georgia, Oklahoma. You just can't argue that game, and there's a reason why they were 2 and 3, or maybe even should have been 1 and 2 in the nation. So
it's going to be the one we talk about.
So we're going to talk about that. But one thing I know for sure, okay, One thing I know 100% as I sit here today, Nick Saban will be ready. And 2, Nick Saban knows the guy across the field. Okay? Kirby, this is your chance. Right, Lonnie? Take us a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about sanctuary states. We're going to talk about Pakistan, Iran, a little bit of everything. I'm your host, BKP. Send me some messages. You want to get some notes in about the game this week? Let me know. If you want to be on the show Friday, we're going to talk. We're going to have a couch full of people, Lonnie. Let's get a couch full of people. Have a friendly discussion that could, warm up a little bit. Alabama fans, Georgia fans, let us know. Lonnie, take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216